Hey guys, it's Drew here with Drew's Quick Fixes and Hacks, and today we're charging up my battery with my battery charger. This Mercedes 1992 Mercedes has been having some trouble since the flood. It's actually stalling out while I'm driving, and it's more like a fuel issue. It's not, I'm putting the gas pedal down and nothing's happening. So I don't think it's the alternator, although that is a possibility. So we're going to just test it little by little. I'm not doing professional tests. I'm kind of doing trial and error here. But just a heads up. So what's going on with my car that I believe there in the flood, some of the electrical stuff got wet and the headlights are not turning off occasionally, and sometimes just even the fog light on the Mercedes, one will turn on and not the other. So the other night I was up at 3 a.m. and I saw that the fog lights were on my car. So they just randomly turned themselves on. Ghost fog lights. So I think those are draining the battery. So I'm going to recharge the battery up. And if you're having this problem, you can unplug your negative battery terminal. That'll keep your battery charged if you need it until you can figure out what's going on with the issue. Because if you leave that battery terminal plugged in, obviously those lights are going to drain the power. So if you're not sure if it's your alternator, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's not the alternator in this case. But you can always take it into an auto parts store once you get your car jumped, or you're enough to drive. Now, if it is your alternator, the car could die out while you're driving. But usually if you get that battery up to 100%, it won't die while you're driving. And I do believe this car was stalling out once I had the battery charged to 100%. So I think that's what's fuel issue. All right, so anyway, another test you can do with your alternator is once you get your car started, jump started, you can unplug the negative battery terminal. And if your car still runs, your alternator probably works. That's a good test. It doesn't work on all cars from what I understand, but most cars it will. So in fact, the diesel may be the car where it doesn't work. I'm not 100% sure of the workings, but that's a test I've heard of. So, all right, guys, well, this is Drew, and I hope you can figure it out. But again, if your battery is draining every time, if your battery's dead every morning when you start your car, something may be draining it overnight, not just leaving your lights on. There may be some electrical issue. Something might be running in your car that doesn't need to keep running. You may not even be able to find it. You never know. It could be a trunk light or something like that that has a short and it just stays on. Very hard to find, very hard to diagnose. But, but if your battery's dead every day and you've charged it up or you've driven the car around, alternator's a prospect as well. So you got to keep in mind that. All right, well, I hope this helped you guys out. But keep in mind there are things that will vampire on your battery if there's a short in your car when it's not driving. Have a good one, guys. Thanks.